Famous Guitars, episode number 45, brought to you by my album, In Your Face, which you can find on ElasticStage.com. Well, since it's episode number 45, I think it's only appropriate that I talk about a guitar that has a big number 5 right on it. And of course, you might think I'm talking about this guitar right here. And of course, I'm talking about Pete Townshend's legendary number 5 Gibson Les Paul. In the early 1970s, Pete Townshend and The Who were refining what a rock band could sound like on stage. Townshend needed a guitar that could keep up with the sheer volume and power of their live shows. That guitar turned out to be a modified Gibson Les Paul Deluxe, specifically one the fans and the collectors now know simply as number 5. The story begins around 1972 when Townshend started using Les Paul Deluxes more frequently in place of his SGs. The Deluxe model was unique because it came equipped with mini humbucker pickups instead of the full-size humbuckers typically found in a Les Paul standard. These pickups gave the guitar a slightly brighter and tighter sound, perfect for Townshend's aggressive rhythm playing and windmill strumming style. But number 5 wasn't just another stock Les Paul. Townshend worked with legendary guitar technician Alan Rogan, who maintained and modified many of his instruments during The Who's massive touring years. Rogan numbered Townshend's guitars to keep track of them during the tours. And this particular Les Paul was marked number 5. What made number 5 especially interesting were its modifications. Like many of Townshend's stage guitars, it was set up to survive extremely loud performances and his famous aggressive playing style. Over time, the guitar saw changes to its electronics and hardware to keep it reliable on tour. It retained the Les Paul Deluxe mini humbuckers, but the wiring and setup were optimized for clarity and punch through the huge high-watt amplifiers Townshend favored. Visually, under the stage lights of the early 1970s, the guitar gleamed while Townshend hammered out massive power chords that drove songs like Won't Get Fooled Again, Baba O'Reilly, and Behind Blue Eyes. And those performances weren't small affairs. The Who were known as one of the loudest bands on earth at the time. Townshend needed a guitar that could cut through the thunder of Keith Moon's explosive drumming and the powerful bass of John Entwistle. Number 5 delivered exactly that. Unlike some guitars that are famous for one single moment, number 5 became part of Townshend's working lineup during one of The Who's most influential live eras. It was used during the early to mid 1970s period when the band was touring heavily behind albums like Who's Next and later Quadrophenia. Townshend wasn't known for smashing Les Pauls the way he destroyed so many Rickenbackers and SGs in the 1960s. So several of these guitars, including number 5, survived the chaos of those tours. Over the years, the guitar became a fascinating piece of rock history, not only because of its sound, but because of the detailed documentation kept by Alan Rogan. Rogan maintained meticulous notes about Townshend's guitars, their numbers, and their modifications, which help historians and collectors trace instruments like number 5 decades later. Today, Pete Townshend's number 5 Gibson Les Paul still exists and remains part of the preserved history of his instruments, rather than disappearing into a private vault. It has appeared in exhibits celebrating the legacy of The Who and Townshend's gear. The guitar has been displayed at major museums, exhibits, dedications to rock history, and iconic instruments. Most notably, it has been part of a display at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, where fans can see the kind of instruments that shape the sound of modern rock. For guitar fans, number 5 represents a key moment in Pete Townshend's evolution. From the chaotic guitar-smashing mod icon of the 1960s to the architect of massive arena rock rhythm guitar in the 1970s. It's not just a Les Paul. It's a machine that helped power one of the loudest, most explosive bands in rock history. And there you are. There's your Famous Guitars, episode number 45, Pete Townshend's number 5 Les Paul. And like, share, and follow for more Famous Guitars.